Your man could be so euphoric and overjoyed, and his face will look like this.
So accurate, bro. Oh my god. Wolfman is exactly like that. Oh my god, that is crazy. We have another episode of Womensplaining Men to Women, which I'm actually excited to react to this.
Womensplaining Men to Women, part 11. I gotta drop another truth bomb on ya. Ladies, It is time to reclaim all the time you're wasting trying to read anything off his face. I just got so annoyed watching this. I know she's trying to be funny. I know that. But I think most guys watching this know she's not joking. I get so annoyed when women date men knowing they like sports or knowing they like video games.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this right now. My husband is very much a sports fan. He likes football and he also likes basketball. And so he does watch sports. In fact, he'll watch it in different forms even. And he watches it through the Grassy and Perna show. And I never tell him not to, because that's his little escape. And I think it's pretty cool. Do I try to understand it? Sometimes I do, but I don't want to annoy him with it, you know? Like, there's times where he will actually, come to me and be like, isn't that funny? And I'm like, it is actually quite funny. Yeah, like the other day he was talking about, I think it was it Perna? I can't remember. And apparently someone created a fake death of Perna. Anytime he does his live streams on YouTube, everybody's like, well, he was a great guy. I can almost hear his voice. And so my husband gets a kick out of it. And I also get a kick out of it.
Then they keep dating, but expect him to suddenly stop liking sports and video games. As if the moment he agreed to get serious with you, he also agreed to never have hobbies again.
Hi, Lucy!
And I'm not saying men are never clingy like this,
Hi,
but
baby.
I do not see passive-aggressive videos of men filming themselves
Saito.
being angry that their wife is ignoring them while she watches RuPaul's Drag Race. Though honestly, a video like that would be funny at this point. Like, oh my god, look at his face.
How you doing? I'm doing fantastic.
And I heard him say something like, oh, my team is losing anyway, so it's fine. That's called a coping mechanism.
That's a coping mechanism? My husband never has to do that with me. He never does, because I never tell him what to do. The only thing I get after him about is if he goes a little overboard on a certain thing. I'm not going to say it. That's personal.
I used to say shit like that to my bullies in high school who would mess with me as a way of making them think they're not winning. And she called it ignore your wife weekend. A football game is like 3 hours. If a man can't spend 3 hours a week ignoring his wife, what does he even have in this world? And stuff like this really messes with guys. See, when you first started dating, you tricked him into thinking that you would be okay with him watching sports or okay with him playing video games. And that brought him a lot of relief to know that.
So I'm just gonna say, this is my little sad song. Wolfman does not. He doesn't play video games anymore. I tried talking him into it, but he just has no desire, which I understand. But one day I would like to play video games with him again. He told me that he was too old for video games, and I said, but I'm almost the same age as you. And then he said, no, you're only 4 1/4 younger than me. And I was like, no, I want to play video games with you. We have to convince Wolfman. He's gonna play video games again. We have to figure out what game he would be interested in, because I know for a fact he does not want to play DBD.
You would be okay with that part of him. But this is one of those things that people think will just magically change after marriage. People really trick themselves into thinking that marriage just changes things. If he didn't clean before the marriage, he's not going to clean after. And if he liked sports and video games before the marriage, he's not going to stop liking them after.
You're wrong! Wolfman does not play video games anymore. He did that on his own, though. Not me. He did that on his own.
And you date is also going to be the man you're married to. And quite frankly, now he's going to be worried about you. Because you used to be okay with him having his own space and doing his own thing. And now you aren't. Now he's freaked out thinking, what is she even doing when I'm not with her? Just waiting for me to be with her? Can I even be my own man anymore? And what the hell is going on with this couch situation? My man is facing sideways to watch the TV? Why are you watching your TV sideways? Ladies, please, face your couch toward your TV, let your man have his hobbies, and have your own hobbies, or you will kill each other. Womensplaining Men to Women, Part 11. I gotta drop another truth bomb on ya. Ladies, it is time to reclaim all the time you're wasting trying to read anything off his face. If you're trying to figure something out, and you go to his face for information, you will receive inconclusive data. They say men are dogs, but in this way men are more like cats. They do not show their pain. Your man could be under the most stress and anxiety of his life, and his face will look like this. Your man could be so euphoric and overjoyed, and his face will look like this.
So accurate, bro. Oh my god. Wolfman is exactly like that. Oh my god, that is crazy.
Those long silences could be anything. He might be trying to remember a word.
That's right, you're stuck
or
with me
he might be reconsidering his entire life with you. But you're not going to be able to tell from his face. I cannot tell you how many times I've been like, are you mad at me? And he's like, no, I'm trying to remember if it was Ramses or Khufu who was the pharaoh who had over 200 kids. And I'm just like, well, misread that one. And that's no good. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to get yourself into so much trouble reading way too deep
Don't worry,
into
I'm not
things.
going anywhere,
I always
you
say,
guys.
if you're going to go digging, you're going to find
Not going
dirt.
nowhere.
Sometimes
I have
girls
big
will try to say
plans.
certain things to gauge his reaction, to try to, like, catch him. They'll be like, I bet you wish I had a nicer body like your coworker Cindy. Like, just to see what you'll say. Dude, he knows it's a trap. Men invented bait. He knows what you're doing. These little traps never work how people want them to, and they are killing good relationships by creating these patterns of toxic self-fulfilling prophecies, by jumping to conclusions. If you really want to know what's up with him, ask. Because you're either going to get what you really want, or he'll finally realize he's holding in a fart and fix his face.
Accurate. Yeah, I would never try to bait my husband. Never. We have a very, like, understanding relationship, and we communicate. If we have a problem, he'll tell me. He'll be like, okay, you were on the computer a little too long. I'll be like, okay, I understand, and, you know, I try to work on it. But, you know what I'm saying? We have good communication. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we have an issue with each other, we communicate with each other.
This commenter asks, but why do we, the men, always have to be the ones to initiate everything? That is a fucking great question for the ladies. This is almost like one of those chicken and the egg questions. Like, did men become the pursuers because they liked it or because we like it? But, spoiler alert, Womensplaining episode 19, men like being pursued too.
I know this, okay? I like it when he pursues, but I also like to pursue him. So it gets a little complicated sometimes, especially if we both get, you know, very busy. And I'm telling you, it's very hard to, you know, keep up with that in the busy world of today, especially with two baby bats who have a lot of school program things that they have to do. And also, you know, with him working and me working and then the housework on top of that. Yeah, it gets kind of tricky to see who's going to pursue who. But you get what I'm trying to say. This is accurate though. Women do like to be pursued. We do like it a lot.
They like being told they're cute. They like being asked out.
This is not true. I wouldn't say all men, okay? Some men do. But my husband, he thinks that being called cute is not appropriate because he's a man. He does not like being called cute. He's like, yeah, no.
Really like it when you take their hand and pull them away somewhere private. Having been both the chaser and the chased at some point in my life, I can say there are pros and cons to both. There's definitely a certain thrill to the chase, as they say, but it comes with a lot of baggage. After all, as the pursuer, you are the only one who carries the risk of rejection. And it can be a lot to be the only one dealing with it over and over and over again. And if you tend to want to be pursued, you do get to be in a cozy spot when it happens because you end up being the final gatekeeper. However, that also leaves you up to getting mad slept on because you're never showing your cards or telling people what you want. That's why I think for the cat and mouse thing to really work, both sides need to initiate to some degree. And honestly, ladies, after everything we've been through with the whole Me Too movement and everything, we actually have to start stepping up and initiating more.
Listen, like I said, I do initiate. I just haven't had a chance to because I've been so busy. I just had a debut and then I went to TwitchCon and I've been catching up with a bunch of stuff because I also had to recently deal with a hacker. And that put me on hold for almost an entire month, you guys. And I couldn't really do much with that. So I'm playing catch up with that.
Because good men need a really clear, hard, loud green light before they are going to try anything.
This is true.
Shit, ladies, if you love getting what you want,
Hi,
being
Zay.
in control and letting your consent be known, real easy way to do that is you initiate it.
I do. I just said that. I do.
Okay, so low key, your man doesn't exactly want you to know this, but he also kind of does. He loves the tea. If you found out one of the single soccer moms,
My husband does not love the tea. Not every dude is into hearing the tea.
on your kid's team slept with a ref, low key, he would love to hear about it. Like, he might act stoic, he might act like he's above it, but I guarantee you 1 mile into the drive home, and he's gonna be like, so which ref was it? And don't underestimate his ability.
Also, I will say this too. We're not involved in the community at all. The only things that we're involved in is our children's robotics and also their orchestra. We don't talk hardly at all to the parents at all. We are very closed off. Both of us are. And we don't really care about what happens in the town. We just don't care, man. We stay to ourselves. We don't like drama, man. We're not about that. I know there's other people who are like, yeah, no, we're all about that. No, I'm not. I have too much shit that I have to do. I don't want to hear about it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like this video. Also, make sure that you subscribe so you can see future content. If you want to check me out on Twitch, I'm very active. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And hugs to death.